And we're on?
No, I don't think we're going to be on for a few more minutes yet, so we can just chat until it says go live.
Okay. I think we went live. I think after you pressed the button, it meant we went live. Hey, guys, how are you this evening? So good to have you guys on the call and joining us on our Get Healthy and Happy experience. We're really excited to have you guys on all of our platforms. We've got it all going on, and we just want to talk to you tonight about life. We come to you every week on a Monday night at some time, whatever is going on in our life, and when we can.
Because we never know when we're going to do it. We can never say this is the exact time we're going to do this, so we just leave it random.
Well, I was hoping we would get on. I said to you at 5:30, let's jump on. 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and we're at 8 o'clock. So here we go. And the reason being is we had a little delivery today. We had two little parcels.
Two little humans.
Yeah. So I can't actually, well, I will be, but I can't put this one down because he has got pretty bad colic and reflux. And rather than have a screaming baby through the live, I thought, we'll just have him on with us. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So his tummy's just full.
Hang on. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, we're here this evening. So, and guys, if you've got any feedback or any tips for me on colic babies or babies that have got bad reflux, then please pop it in the comments for me or send me a private message. I've had some great little tips today from girls, which is really, really helpful. This baby is only 8 weeks old, and it absolutely broke my like I shed a tear today. Like when I got him, I just looked at him and I was just like, I just can't believe that whatever happens in people's lives that they can't have their babies, and we I guess it is a privilege, but it really does bring up some full-on feelings when you have got them. So
for those that don't know, Kyle and I do foster caring, so part-time foster caring, and this week we have two little humans.
I tell you what I have to say is I don't know what women did without these carry things. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. I used to think when I was younger, they had so many straps and all these things that worked. I don't know how anyone could possibly work them out. But, when you have a baby that's screaming, you definitely work it out real quick how they work. So it's really good. So I think this is a baby Bjorn. So thank you, Mr. Bjorn, if you're the one that invented these. So send him a thank you. I think I picked this up secondhand, actually, this one.
Is it?
Yeah, well, most of my friends. And I want to say a big shout out to some of the girls that are still part of my network and people that I still keep in contact. And that was when I worked for a weight loss company, and I loved my job and I loved the women that I got to meet. And I put a notice up on Facebook nearly 7 years ago now, and I just said I really need some help. I've got nothing, and we're going to start doing some foster care and respite for children. And by the end of the week, we had a full garage of staff, some beautiful staff as well, and we were able to continue to do that and deck out our bedroom and have the right gear.
Ready.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So
this
is probably one of the things that come out of that. Which was amazing. And the other awesome thing that happened from that is because we had so much stuff that was left over, I did put then another Facebook message out, and I said, would it be okay if we did sell some of the stuff that we didn't need and put that money towards a pram? And we got an amazing pram. So I think it costs about $500 for the pram. It's a Strider, and it's got 2 carry cases, which I'm going to need for the baby and the 3-year-old tomorrow. So I'll be able to use that as well, which is pretty cool. So we can't show you his face, unfortunately, because obviously due to privacy and all that kind of stuff, but
exactly.
He's happy right now, so that's all good.
So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, Jace, we always talk something health, fitness and business, and I just want to say again, people talk about living your best life, but in this day and age, we know that it is really tough to live your best life, and we definitely are fully behind. It's tough, and some days are tougher than others. I have to say that because I'm honest with these guys, is I would have to say the last couple of months have probably been some of the toughest weeks in my life when it comes to my mind. I've really had to battle with my depression, really, really, really battle. And, it's just I don't know. I don't know why, but sometimes it's just worse than others, and I've just got to keep fighting that. And I just kind of don't give myself a choice. What it is, but May and June are always really bad months for me.
It's
got a pattern, and it seems to be that I think it's because the weather has a big impact. You're probably not going to answer this question if we do put it into the comments, but do you find that when the weather's not great, that has an impact on your mental well-being? And I really find that it has a, impact on my mental well-being. So May, June are not such great months. And, I really find them that I've got to go in, prepared and know that there could be a few challenges and keep up with my routine. So, Jace, definitely. What we're going to talk to this amazing crew that we have tonight is on being intentional. And let's jump straight into it because we don't know how long we're going to have like a bit of quiet for. So we know that when you are intentional, with what you deliver. So we know that coming on here every Monday night, like we're definitely intentional about what we're doing, and we want to, have an influence. Like we definitely want to have an influence.
And we want to take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
We really do.
And I think that's pretty obvious that we want to show an influence. And I think that, I probably would go back to my parents and say, like with my dad, like he had a huge influence on my life growing up. Mm-hmm. So did your dad have a huge influence on your life as you were growing up? Like what was one of his like sayings or your mum's sayings that was just like really impactful? My dad's saying was, you need to put a singlet on, before you go to school. So it was always a bit of a joke. So every time I get sick now or get a cold, Dad will say, did you put your singlet on? And then Jason knows that now as well. And it just used to be one of those things because I didn't keep good health, as a child. And so my dad always seemed to think that if you wore a singlet, that would stop you from being depressed. Well, that's what we talk about now. But we clearly know that wearing a singlet is not going to stop you from being depressed. But, so his intention was to, make me feel good, make me feel happy. And so my dad was always someone that had an intention as we were growing up as children. And his intention was, I've just got it written down here, was that he always wanted us to be happy around people, always smile and say hello to people, and never ever stare at people that were less fortunate than what we were. So we were always told growing up as children, never ever, stare at people that have got something that may not be the same as what we have, and always talk to those people normally. Like there was no difference between anybody at all. And so today, like sometimes I see people turn and stare and make it really obvious that someone might have something that's a bit different to what you and I have, and they don't kind of know how to deal with people. And I really feel grateful to my father because everybody that we always come across, no matter what disability or what they have, they're just normal. They're just normal people, and I think if we think anything other than that, we've got to retrain our minds and have an intention on how we come across to other people.
Yeah, my dad was exactly the same. He always treated everyone with respect, always would go out of his way to help them, even if it was at his cost. He would definitely not hold back. Even if he had his last $20 in his pocket, he would make sure that, if someone was in need for it, he would definitely help them out. And that's probably fallen onto me as well. I love helping people. He always showed up into a room with a smile on his face. He always loved joking with people. And never a sad sack when he went into a room or anything like that. It was always when Dad come into the room, people would light up because Dad was always, the happy guy that come in there. And I guess, I follow that as well these days. I always think that how you show up in a room is the energy that you're going to bring into that room, no matter what.
Yeah. And, like when you said that about your dad, and I think of my mum when you talk like that as well, that it, whether it be intentional or not, I mean, they wake up in the morning and they're like, I'm going to, make people, or I'm going to help people to feel as happy as they can be, because everybody's got stuff going in their life, right? Yeah. That is pretty full on. And I think if you can bring a smile or make someone giggle or, at least accommodate somebody by whatever it might be, then, it's just going to make you feel so much better as well. Yeah. Hey, going guys. Hey, going Sal, Margaret. Hey, Lachey. How you going? Nice to have you guys on, and always great to have you as part of my friends and in our network as well. So, Jace, so talking about that, so my dad, definitely had influence over me. So I believe that we can have a negative or a positive influence over people.
Yeah.
So the more intentional we are towards others, we know that we can, help them by what we want to put across.
Yeah.
And so I guess by what we talk about, which is, mental illness, we talk about exercise, we talk about fitness, we just hope that we can, put some kind of, positive inspiration over to people and help them to be able to get through whatever it might be or the challenges that you do face. So I would say that my number one key thing would be that you need to listen to people. And I think people, today fail to listen to people. And I find that what people do is they look past you. So, you might be having a conversation and you really want to get something across, but because you've taken too long or you've not talked about something that's on their mind or something of their interest, or they've got this personality that kind of can't sit still for 2 seconds, they just kind of just are often not really into what you are talking about. And I think that's pretty sad, because if we just took a couple of minutes to listen to what that person say, we would learn and we would make that person's day. Yeah. And I think that's really important as well.
And we sometimes tend not to, and then when you listen, is not, we have a bad habit of judging people, at the same time. We've got to be careful of, that person, might be grumpy at you or you get to the counter and go, oh, that person wasn't very nice to me, but you don't realize what's happening in their day. So we really need to listen and ask, how they are. Because
I was just going to say on you saying that about being grumpy, and it's so true, like people that, like do something that's like not very nice, and I know that people are just like on the go. And I know that, when you go into a big city like New York or, like Taiwan or, anywhere in the world, but, like everyone's just head down and they're just bustling and they're hustling and they're just going to their destination. And I think that's the thing, like someone might, like you said, walk into a room and you think, oh boy, they're really like, what's wrong with them? Yeah. What's going on in their life? Oh, she said this or she didn't reply to me on that. And it really is, like sometimes those things are a reflection of what's going on in their life. And so I think it's super important to, listen to what is going on with them, and how do you listen if you haven't spoken to them? And sometimes, can be like really shocked as to what's going on in their life. And I was just thinking, like the mum or the mum that gave birth to these babies, like I can't imagine what she would be going through. Like I truly can't, and I know that whatever path she's taken and she can't have the children, but I can't imagine what would be going on internally with her and how she would feel like, I'm going to feel like I'm missing something when these guys go. I can't imagine she's carried these babies for 9 months and then they're taken away from, or, she's not able to have them. So, I just think that we just jump to conclusions so quickly with people and we don't give people the benefit of the doubt. So I think if we want to be more intentional about being an influence over people, we really need to make sure that we do listen to people. And
definitely. And because we have so many people watching us as well. If you're a parent with family, totally. Your little kids are going to be watching how you react, how you treat other people, and they mimic everything we do, or mimic everything that their parents are doing. So we really want to make sure that we are setting a good example.
And I think the funny thing was today, like with the 3-year-old that we have at the moment, she's like, "What?" And what'd she say? What was the other things that she's saying?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what? I'm like,
3.
Yeah, 3. And she's like, when she goes, what? I'm like, I beg your pardon? And she's like, what? And I'm like, okay, you need to say pardon instead of what? And she's like, and it's so funny because we've only had her a couple of hours and she's already like, pardon?
Yeah.
And how quickly it is. Yeah. And now it's not, oh my God, it's like, oh my goodness. And to hear her say that, it's so funny. So, definitely your influence can be picked up straight away no matter what we do. So I think I was just going to talk about relationships now. So in our relationship or, someone that we, our parents or children, or, someone who's fairly close in our circle, do we listen to them? And I know that I can be so guilty sometimes of not listening to my husband. And what I mean by that is just like, I'm selfish and it's like my day and what's happened with me. And, I've been so stressed and, I'm depressed and all of this stuff. And I forget to listen to what Jason's problems might be. You don't have any, do you?
No.
I know. You're just like amazing.
No, yes, we do.
You do? Yeah.
I've got to think about you. I've got to think how when I get finished work, I've got to make sure that when I come through that door that I don't bring my workload home, whether I've had a disgruntled customer at work. You know, I got to make sure I don't bring that home and lay it out on you. So that's another way we need to listen, or how we influence each other when we get home in the household.
And the other thing is, so talking about being intentional. So intentional means that we have to keep on, you know, requesting things all the time. So how intentional am I with the little girl that we've got? Like, I'm so intentional with what I can pass on to her while I've got her. And, you know, that's like how she talks, you know, giving her positive affirmations. Like I said to her today, oh, this is going to be fun. 2 strong women together, you know, like we're going to butt heads. And she's like, what? I'm like, pardon, you know, and I think that that's, you know, like just, you know, I mean, that's just who I am. And, you know, like, you know, you have, you know, someone who has seen more things and been around more things than what I have, even at 3 years of age, which is just mind blowing. But if I have an intention with her and I can teach her, or we can teach her as much as we can while we've got them, we hope that they leave with a positive influence in their lives. So, hey, Jen,
and that's a great point of even a coach or a mentor is that you challenge the person that you're teaching or you're trying to influence. And in this case, you're challenging this little girl, and she's challenging you back. But at the end of the day, she'll learn something and she'll go away being a better person. I
wrote down something really amazing today, and it's like, it says, if you're not challenging yourself, or like if you're bored or you're not much is happening, you're not challenging yourself enough in life. And it's the same with, you know, like we run a team, or don't run a team, we mentor, or we've got a beautiful team, you know, with the business that we work with, and you know, like we challenge each other all the time. And you know, like I think that's part of the fun of growing and moving forward. So you know, I think that if you can give people confidence and you can, you know, inspire others, then you know, like you're doing a good thing in life. You know, even if it's one person tonight that we can, you know, pass on a bit of positivity, then you know, we've done good. You know, like we stretch ourselves definitely to get on. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to, you know, come live on a Monday night.
Could have easily skipped tonight.
Had a glass of red wine, had some curry in a hurry. If you haven't done, what's her name? She was a chef, but she has these amazing curry boxes that you buy at Woolies or Coles. And what's her name?
Do you want to go and get it?
Oh no, but $6 a box and you can do your curry from scratch. So
might as well get it.
It's all good. We'll get that another time. So definitely, I just want to say a big shout out also to the girls or the team that I coach on a Saturday morning, or the classes that I fill in, you know, doing our exercise classes, which, you know, is either cycle, HIIT or RPM. And, you know, like we push, and I think that's why people employ a personal trainer, a business coach to challenge you to do better and to get better results. And, you know.
And on that note, it's not meaning that a coach is better than you. Like, for example, Tiger Woods, when he gets his coach to teach him golf, it's not that his coach is better, but he's challenging Tiger to perform better. And that's what coaching and mentoring does.
And I think that's just absolutely amazing. So, you know, I just want to encourage you on here tonight that if you need a mentor or you need someone to help you to, you know, get you out of your comfort zone. And that might be that you go into group fitness. It might be that you know, like have got a business that you're running. It could be that you are, you know, running a network marketing company. You know, it's all of those things that you might need someone to help you with. I've got an amazing mentor on tonight. And Stacey, that's a big shout out to you. You give me inspiration and, you know, definitely encouragement. I think you're an amazing woman. So thank you for hopping on and watching tonight. But the other thing is, that I think, you know, having someone who is intentional about what they do as a coach also gives you inspiration and motivation to keep doing, you know, better and being better. And I think that's really important, you know, in this world that we live in, because, you know, it really is hard to be able to sometimes achieve the things that you want to achieve, you know? So...
Well, as I say, there's the stress of life. So you do, like some people do need a life coach at some stage, you know. You know, so
So I've just got here, show up, keep trying, don't give up, and help others. And we need to be considerate of others, you know. So I think that pretty much sums up, you know, talking about being intentional. And I think the thing is too, like if you have someone in your life that has, you know, like, you know, helped you or mentored you or, you know, given you encouragement, like send a shout out to them. Like, you know, say thank you so much for, you know, being there or helping me, or, you know, someone that, you know, might, I don't know, it can be anything.
Could be your parents.
It could be your parents. It could be your husband.
It could be your wife.
It could be. How amazing is that? So, if you do have someone that you look up to, then I think that's important to say that. The other thing I want to say on the other side of that, the flip side, and I think it's really important to talk about it, is that in the world we live in, social media is so prevalent. And, obviously we run our businesses on social media, which is amazing, like belly to belly or person to person and social media. But I think the thing is with social media is that it can be a bit of a two-edged sword. And when I say that, we can go, okay, we're watching people or we follow people and we go, I find them really motivating and I love what they're doing and I just want to do that. But then you get so caught up in what they're doing and then you begin to think you're not good enough. You think that, are they doing so much better than what I am? I'm never going to get to where she is. I'm never going to be able to do that. And it can be paralyzing. And I think this is when, you have to sort of go, okay.
Stop.
Yeah, stop right there. It may even mean that you need to stop following some people because it's not because you don't like them and it's not because they're not inspirational. Like, let's get that clear. It just means that you might be not moving forward because you're letting them or their progression stop you because you're feeling you're not good enough. So, I just think that we need to make sure that we, go, okay, I am good enough. I am enough. I get out of bed each day. I don't know, go to work, run my house, look after my kids, cook dinner, all of these great things, and I think with social media, we just go, oh, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Because we see this, social reel that looks, what did I call it the other day? I mean, we know it's a fake reel or a whatever.
I can't remember what you said.
And it's so true. I think it was like the Grammys or the Logie Awards. You'll see all these photos of all these people, but you know what? They don't wake up looking as glamorous as what they look like at the Logies. I'm sure they would all be pretty open to say that. So, it's just a glamour reel sometimes that we see, and it's not always the case. No. So, yeah.
So I reckon tonight we give everyone a bit of a challenge this week. So starting tomorrow, or if you're starting today, make sure that you inspire someone, give them confidence and encouragement.
Ooh.
3 major words that you guys and can do, and then you will, your life will become more fulfilled and you'll feel more blessed in doing that.
Yeah. Well, that's so good, Jace. That's really nice. And it's always good to jump on with you. I think we settle each other's nerves a little bit, eh? Once we get into the groove and the move of it. Thank you, Tony. That is super kind of you. Thank you to everybody that has hopped on, hopped off, spent a couple of seconds with us on our social media platforms. We truly do appreciate it. And we just want to say that we hope that you enjoy our Get Healthy and Happy experience. And our intention is that we do help somebody or encourage somebody to be able to, do more in your life, whatever it is that you live with or whatever's going on, that it is so possible to be able to get that little bit more out of what you're doing. And, it's super important to challenge yourself to be able to do more and be more. I think that that's crucial. Otherwise, you get over 35, 38-ish, you sort of start to go, okay, is it all over? Or do you just go, you know what, it's just beginning? I've got
sometimes
so much more.
Stuck in our own ways sometimes.
Yeah.
But there is so much more to give. Everyone has. Doesn't matter how old you are.
So on that note, because we haven't had our own children, and I think this is like the youngest baby that we've had, which is 8 weeks, and it's kind of like a little bit like, he's sleeping now, so I must be doing all right. But, we've only just had them today, early today. And let me know in the comments if you still keep watching this, or send me a message about it. How often does a newborn baby normally eat? Do they have 5 bottles a day? Because obviously this baby's not breastfed. He's just, with formula. So 5 bottles, 6 bottles, what's the norm for your baby and what happened there? And again, if you do have any tips on reflux and colic, please let me know. Drop it in the tips for us. That would be absolutely amazing if we could get any help there. And does an 8-week-old baby just sleep, eat,
pretty much,
and poo? Is that it? How long do they normally stay awake for? At intervals. So we do have a note that was left that he has his last bottle at about 10:30, and I'm like, I'm in bed by 9:30. So does that mean I have to wait up, or does he go down now? And how should I put a baby that has colic and reflux in his cot? That would be awesome. If anyone could help me out with that, that would be super cool. We really appreciate that. So, guys, Jace,
Yes,
this is it.
this is it. So
This is the wind up. Round up.
And as we always do, we appreciate everyone watching tonight. And if you would love to share with your network, we would really appreciate that, as we'd love to build our platforms, and we really do appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah. And I want to say to you, thank you so much again for hopping on. And again, we've got here, my daughter had bad reflux and infant's friend was a savior for us. Busy mum, Jessica, can you tell me how much of this infant's friend you're allowed to use? Can I drop his dummy into it, like just to wet it and give it to him when he's like really like, I think you can tell a baby's cry when they're in pain. That would be awesome if you could let me know of that. And thank you so much for your tip. That is really, really kind of you. And what else were we going to say? I think that was it. Yeah. Just again, thank you so much. And we read all your comments. We love all of your messages you send us. We'll always get back to you and reply. It may not be in that moment, but it will be like in, a short amount of time. So we thank you so much. And I think the call here is you can either choose to stay as you are, or you can choose to
get healthy and happy.
And we look forward to spending more time with you next Monday and getting to know you just that little bit more. So thank you, guys. Have an awesome Monday night, and we will talk to you all soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye. We are going.